Hi, good morning. We had a question from one subscriber who was interested to know how we managed to live in such an isolated place and still be able to upload videos and do the internet. Well, the truth is that that's one of the downsides of living in an isolated place, is that the internet is is almost non-existent. So this is what happens. We make our videos on an iPhone camera, an iPhone 5. We've had some difficulties on that. We tried another camera which we haven't quite got the hang of. Probably it's going to be very good when we do. We're going to download the manual for it, an Olympus. But meantime, we've gone back to the iPhone and we make our videos spontaneously every time that something crops up that inspires us to make a video, and yet still keep it real. Then we make a video. So once the video is made, my wife is the one that goes in and she edits the video, she puts it together, we try to work out the various problems. I'm happy to let her do that, being a lazy person on some things technological. Once that's done, we then have to go down to the road on our man-made road across our bridge that we built. All of these things which we try to bring to our little community, and we drive down to the road, which I call it a 2-mile drive. I call it a 2-mile ride, a 2-mile walk. It possibly is less than that, but it feels like 2 miles, and well, if I say it's 2 miles, then to me it's 2 miles. So we drive down to the road, and then we've got about 18 kilometers to drive. 18 kilometers takes us to Taliban, which is a small town, but it's moderately thriving. It's on the coast. It has a port. There are ferries going from Taliban, Beth?
Yeah, to Cebu.
Yeah, ferries go from Taliban to Cebu. So that's not the closest one for us, so we end up going to Atafi. But that's about going to Cebu and the ferries, so that's another video. But as far as the internet goes, we go to an internet cafe, and probably we're thinking of changing that internet cafe, even though we are actually very comfortable there, except for one thing: there's no toilet. So in the 3 or 4 or 5 or possibly 6 hours that it takes for Beth to sit there and upload sometimes up to 10 videos, at the end of it, as they would say in the UK, she's breaking her neck because she needs to go to the toilet and she hasn't been able to. So we bring her home in the back of the truck in the fetal position. Just joking. And it's not been so comfortable. Well, we've been driving past a new gas station, and it has all kinds of facilities, and one of the facilities is an internet cafe. So on our next trip into Taliban, we're going to be trying that. Is that the Petron?
Yeah, it's a Petron.
Yeah, it's a new Petron garage, and it's all beautifully done. Really nice comfort rooms. They call a bathroom a comfort room here. So so that's what we do there, and we upload our videos, and while Beth uploads the videos, I sit and answer, at the moment, because there are not thousands, I sit and answer the comments personally, one by one. Our friend Dan Christensen, he's the one whose site you should probably go and look at if you haven't done so already. He sends us people, we send him. Is Blind Owl Outdoors. So we get the videos uploaded, and we take in the comments such as they are. Comments are divided. Majority of the comments are wonderful. People tell us their stories. You can see these stories yourself, no matter who you are. You're a subscriber, you can go and look at other people's comments. We see that the experiences of real life that we exchange inspire other people to think that they could have a real life too. It's great for me. I read a story this morning about someone who, they come home and they look at our blog, and they come home from the kind of life that I fled from, of getting up in the morning, having breakfast, getting in your car, going to work, spending a day in a job that probably you don't even like, finishing the job, getting back into your car, coming home, have dinner, watch a few hours television, and then go to bed. And guess what happens the next day? Yes, that's why there are all of these songs saying, hey, it's Friday. Well, sometimes I don't know what day of the week it is. Our week is punctuated by one thing for sure, and that is church on Sunday. I'm not a Christian, but I love to be able to contribute to people who are enjoying following their faith. So we use the truck and we pick up kids, sometimes 10 or 15. Oh, please don't talk to me about safety belts and safety. We're in the Philippines, and out here, never mind 15 kids in the pickup, in the bed of a pickup truck. I see 7 kids on the back of a motorcycle. So we'll talk about safety in the Philippines on another video. That's the week for me. It's punctuated by Sunday, which is, for everyone else, is a day of worship. For me, it's a day of being a Sunday driver and driving people, picking kids up who would not be able to have a day at church. And their day at church is such that for poor kids, and we've showed a video of them, or at least on my Facebook page, who may not get a great meal, and they can come, and usually we put some food on, or they have games, they get to sing and dance and do some fun things. Beth is the one that takes the kids through this most times, and they get to have a great day out. They get to ride in a truck. You know, you're living in a Western country, what's so great about riding in a truck? Well, if you never do it, it's great. So kids get to do some things which they don't normally do, and it is a joy to me to see children having fun like that. And as with the Christian thing, I'm not a lover of all children. You know, some of the kids here are very badly behaved. The same as in the West. The more that I see life here, the more that I see how there are strong similarities here to life in the West. There's good people and bad people. There's rich people and poor people. There's generous people and tight skinflints, miserly people. There's the lovers and the haters. There's the beautiful and the not so beautiful. After a while, you see items of culture and the way that things are done more than you see that people are so different. Well, they're different in some fundamental ways, and then yet they're very similar in others. And all of these things are what we try to show in our video, which brings us back full circle to the idea of the internet, and can we hope that it's going to improve? President Duterte is sweeping in with some changes, probably as Westerners and the Western media being what it is, or media being what it is, you've probably seen some pretty scary reports about life here. And yeah, they're as scary as going out and taking a walk on the wild side in LA, where deprived gangs, people who are deprived of good family life, form gangs in order to have a different kind of family. And you can go to Detroit and you can go to Flint and see how houses about 3 or 4 years ago you could buy them for 6,000 pesos, $6,000. You can see all of these things in every country that you go to. There's poverty and there's riches, and you can see it. You can see here, you can see a nipa hut like the one that you see in the background. Look at that one in the background. You can see someone living in that. That's pretty good. That's new. So that's pretty nice. And we're going to be showing
just
a video
5
of it.
months old.
5 months old. We're going to be showing a video of that soon. But you can see something like that. And then you can see a palace within 200 yards that is beyond rich, even if you were living in Naples. The riches are here, they're just not being shared out. Exactly the same as in Britain or Germany or America. A very small portion of people have a great deal of what there is to be had. But that's not even about the internet anyway, is it? But in a way, it does affect us, because as soon as the rich feel deprived about things like the internet, then something will be done. And eventually we'll get some kind of a satellite internet, or they'll put a tower up as soon as the need becomes even more apparent, and maybe President Duterte will tell the internet service here to stop earning fabulous money for very little in the way of service, and then they'll get their finger out and they'll give us what we need and give the Philippines what it needs, and that is a good internet service. Meantime, we'll be going to, with our very basic needs, we'll be going to an internet cafe that has a toilet.
Yeah, because
Funny how everything comes down to that, doesn't it? Eating and pooping.
yeah.
Was there something that you wish to say about that, my dear?
Yeah, we just hope that in the future, in the coming years, there's a satellite in that mountain on your back. You know?
Well, a tower.
Yeah,
Maybe
tower.
a tower. Yeah. But we don't want the services to be too much, because we're being selfish about this. We can't see any. As somebody remarked, they said your house seems to be very isolated. Can't see any other houses anywhere. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 houses within sight of ours. The first one is right next to us, Nanai's house, which you've seen. The next one is Lena's house, which you've also seen. You've also seen Manang Radha's house. And the last house is the one that you can see at my back, which is Maricel's house. Maricel is my other sister-in-law, one of my other sisters-in-law. As Beth has another 9 brothers and sisters, then you can see that I have quite a large extended family. But mainly, it's only how many brothers and sisters do we see on any kind of a regular basis, honey?
Only
Bini,
Rado, and
Lena,
Timio,
Lena,
Lina,
Maricel,
yeah, and Bewley.
and Bewley. Bewley and her husband, Gilbert, who is the pastor of the small church that I was making pleas on. They live in Ubay, which is a couple of hours away, so we only see Violi when she comes. Her name is Violi, V-I-O-L-L-Y, and everybody calls her Bewley, because in the language of the Philippines, V is a difficult
Yeah.
it's a difficult one to pronounce, because there are not many words which start with the letter V. Hence, a VW is a BW. So sometimes I struggle with that one too. While I'm on about it, I'll quickly answer one other question. Somebody said, it seems that Beth refers to you as she. Well, there are a couple of things that Beth has difficulty with, which I've come to accept and hardly notice. Past, present and future. the letter V. And what's the other one? Oh yes, gender. She will say he when she means she, and she.
But I corrected
when-
it after it.
Yes, yes, you do, of course. I mean, but only after the world
Yeah,
has,
because
has
when
been
I was
swimming in confusion.
when I was in elementary, my other classmates always ask me, "Let's go, let's find some guava." So even we have class, it came
They
out that
call it guava.
yeah, guava. It's a kind of that's a biabas, that it's out in the near of our school. So my 5 classmates bring me and we go there. And since my teacher also that time just don't give a just
They don't care whether you're in
yeah
school or not.
yeah. So
And
mostly of my
that's another video, I can tell you.
so mostly of my English time, my English class, and my mathematics, I was not usually there. I
You
was
know.
there or going in my classmate's house, eating kasaba. you know, I was not, only when I was in high school and college, I tried to,
Work hard.
work hard. But in my elementary days, I was just outside, finding some guavas.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'll be-
sometimes in the ocean, swimming there with my classmates. So that's how.
Well, if I behave like a typical foreigner here, I would be criticizing like mad the education system and how bad it is, and they don't care about whether the kids are in school and all of that. And then in a moment of secret confession, I would then go back to my own childhood when I was always leaving school to play and do other stuff. In Manchester, they would say that I was wagging it. That was playing hooky. For the Americans, they say playing hooky. In Manchester, they say you've been wagging it. I don't know why. Why would they say hooky? I don't know. But so that's what I mean about things. Life is greatly different, and yet it's the same. So any time that I find myself criticizing, I tend to try to just look at, wait a minute, how great was it where I came from? Well, it wasn't perfect, okay? So I think we've dealt with the internet. We've dealt with how we do things. Difficult at the moment, but we manage.
Yeah, but it's better now, because before when we start up to plan to make a channel to upload some videos, we go to Taliban, to the town, and just upload one videos, and it takes 9 hours.
Oh,
9
well,
hours. That's before we.
guess what? We had a lot to learn in those days. Okay.
That's so cool.
But our friend, we have to thank our friend Dan Christensen and Blind Owl Outdoors for helping us to see the way. So
Just one
thanks,
video
Dan.
and then 9 hours.
So
Because
he taught us. He helped us with downloading the appropriate.
yeah, to convert into the gigabytes to smaller,
So now it's not. It's I'm being handed a kitten.
That's Coco.
Why am I being handed this kitten? Huh? Why are you being a pest? Eh? Why are you being a pest?
So,
This is one of the most common cats. Changing the subject again. What's this got to do with the internet? And I've been trying to say goodbye for 5 minutes. Yet this is the most common cat that I've seen on the internet. It's what we call the golden cat. It's a redhead. And we keep having these.
yeah, so thank you, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. So thank you for continuing support on our channel. Have a good day and God bless.
Stop sticking that thing in my nose.
Bye-bye, love from the Philippines.
Bye-bye.